B'Shut Kala Kadosh, everybody welcome. Be'ezrat Hashem, we continue with our lesson in the beginning of the Kabbalah. So we're going to say ברכה הצלחה לעם ישראל קודם כל, שבעזרת השם חיילים וחיילות תחזרו לשלום לבתיכם, וגם חטופים וחטופות, וגם אלף הבדלות בין המתים, מורי אביו, לעילוי נשמת אהרון בן אסתר ויעקב, רוח השם תנחנו בגן עדן, הוא וכל השוכבים עמם בכלל רחמים והסליחות וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. I want to touch up over here. Last time we had a conversation that every day we have a new birurim. New birurim, which just means something new that we never did in our entire lifespan. So the following we say, every day we have to do new birur. What does it mean every day we have to new birur? Ayom, today is, for example, Wednesday. לא דומה לחברתה את Wednesday שבוע שעברה. The past week, the Wednesday that we did. It's not the same thing. Wednesday that we did, or so-called Yom Revi'i, we haven't do that 5,073, 783, 784. We're in a 784, 5,784. So every day we have a new birur to do, every single day. So the month broke down to the first week is going to be Abba, which just means from the bet of the Tishrei. Let's say today is Tishrei. Bet Gimel Dalet Hey Vav Zayin Chet. We're going to work in a Partzuf Abba until the Chet of the so-called, we're in a month of the Cheshvan, no, Tishrei. After the Tishrei of Cheshvan, which month we're in?
Shvat Kislev.
Right now.
Kislev.
Shvat.
Now we're
Tevet. So today is the Chet of the Tevet. So let's say today is the Chet of the Tevet. It comes up to the Abba of the Tevet. From the 9th of the Tevet until the 15th of the Tevet is going to be Ima, which is parts of Ima, which is called by Sem Bina. From the Tet Zayin until Chav Bet is going to be Zerampin, which just means Chesed Gurat Tiferet Netzach Hod Yisod. Then from the 23rd of the month until the 29th of the month is going to be Nuk. So it's broke down. Abba Ima Zavinuk. The month is broken down. Abba Ima Zavinuk. Sheshei Chodshe Choref. You have 6 months of the Choref, which just means winter, and 6 months of the summer. So the winter is going to be, the first month is going to be Tishrei, Chesed. The second month is going to be Cheshvan, which is going to be Gvura. The third month is going to be Kislev, which just means Tiferet. Tevet is going to be Netzach, which is Shavad. We're going to be in a Hod. Adar, we're going to be in a Sod. Okay, so far so good. Same thing is go. Nisan is going to be Chesed. Iyar is going to be Gvura. Sivan is going to be Tiferet. Tammuz is going to be Netzach. Av is going to be Hod. Elul is going to be Sod. Okay, so we broke down 6 months of winter, 6 months of summer. Why is it important to know? Because you have to know where you're doing the birur from. How do you do the birur? Shana. So the Shana broke down. We're in it today in a 5,784. So we already passed 5,000 years. Chesed is the first year. First 1,000 years is the Chesed. The second, Gvura. We're right now in a Elif HaShishi and a Yisod. Hamea. Then we're going to go to the hundreds, which is we're in a Tav, Shin, which we're in a year, Tan Shif, Tav, Shin, Pei Dalet, which is now we're going to be in a Hod. Then we're going to be Pei, which is going to be Isod. Then we're going to be in a, which is we're in a Dalet Chesed. So the year that we work in, today's date, I'm going to speak about today's date. So today is which month today we're in? We're in a Shvat, in a Tevet. So because we're in a Tevet, right, we're going to work in a Netzach. Not only we're going to work in a Netzach, we're going to work on a Netzach of the Chesed, because we're in a 5,784. So we're going to work on a Netzach Shel HaChesed, Shel HaYisod, Shel HaHod, Shel HaYisod. You have to know. But you drinking tea, you're not going to understand that. That's not, no, this shiur, it needs to be serious. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai puts himself in a danger in 12 years. We have to understand. So over here we're talking about Chesed, the Isod, the Hod, the Isod. We're just talking about the year. Okay? So far so good. Then we have of the Netzach. Then we're going to have, today is Hebrew day. So today is going to be the 9, tomorrow is going to be the 10. So in a Chet, we're still going to be in Abba. So we're going to be Abba, right? That's what we're going to work with. The Netzach, the Chesed, the Isod, the Hod, the Isod. So that's how we're working. So every day we're going to do new birur, which just means something that new that we never did in our life. Yes.
1 through 9 is Abba?
2 to 8 is the Abba. Right. You could open up the page Nun Tet, Nun Chet. But I'm learning from the Sidur of Arashash. Last time you asked me a question, how's the weeks works, how's the days work? So it's very important to understand how the weeks works and how the days work. Okay? So we continue over here in Otzrot Chaim. So, yeah. We continue with last time we left off in Otzrot Chaim, מה שתראה כינוי כנזכר ונקבה זיגויים נשקים. So I'm going to go back to Nun Zayin. So I'm going to go to Nun Vav. I'm going to read the Od Yud Gimel. צריך אתה לדעת שדבר גלוי הוא כי אין למעלה לא גוף ואין לא כוח הגוף. He says we have to know there's no body upstairs, or there's an image of the body, or the power of the body upstairs in the Shamayim. כדמיונות וציורים הנזכרים בספר הזוהר. Everything we say, אבא, אמא, זב ונוק, ארך, כתר, חוכמה, בינה, חסד, גבורה, תפארת, נצח, הוד, יסוד, מלכות. He says it's everything we're going to say in the Sefer Zohar, okay? בשאר הספרי קבלה, לא בפני שהם כך למעלה חס ושלום. Don't you should think that's the way it is upstairs in the Shamayim. It's in a Chelek Aleph, Rabbeinu, in a page Nun Vav. Nun Vav. In the beginning, can you show him the Agdama, please? פתיחה קצרה. He went probably inside the Sefer. You need to go to פתיחה קצרה. So it says over here, לא מפני שהם כך למעלה חס ושלום. He says that's not the way it works, the way we're thinking if we're going to have imagination. כדי לשכח את האוזן, שיכול לאדם להבין דברים עליונים רוחניים שהם בלתי נתפסים, נשארים בשכל האנושי. Says the reason we're given this in order for us to have a little bit understanding of what's happening. But there's nothing upstairs, whatever we're saying, there's no Abba, there's no Ima, there's no Guf, there's no Koach HaGuf. We have to know this. לכן ניתן רשות לדבר בחיוניות, ציורים ודמיונות. Why we have to speak in images, why we have to speak in pictures. כי גם בפוסקי תורה נזכר דבר זה כמו שכתוב, עיני השם המה משוטטים בכל הארץ. It says the eyes of Hashem is all over the land. So, עיני השם לצדיקים, and it says there's eyes of Hashem to tzadikim. וישמע Hashem, and hears Hashem, so from here we see Hashem, חס ושלום, have ears, right? וירח Hashem, וידבר Hashem, כאלו רבות, and we see this many times in the Torah. וגודל מכולם מה שנאמר הכתוב, ויברא אלוקים את האדם בצלמו, בצלם אלוקים יברא אותו זכר ונקבה. He says in the image of the Hashem we are created, and created זכר ונקבה, which is means male and female. ואם התורה עצמה דיברה כך, if the Torah himself spoke like this, גם אנחנו נכון לדבר בלשון זה. We're also able to speak because the Torah gives us the reshut, which means permission to speak like this. כי המתה פשוט הוא שאין למעלה אלא אורות דקים בתכלית רוחניות בלתי נתפסים כלל. He says upstairs it's lights, so-called translated. Dakim, which just means so thin. It's impossible to humanity to grasp. לא ראיתם כל התמונה. You cannot even imagine and picture it yourself. אמנם יש עוד דרך אחרת כדי להמשיך לצייר דברים העליונים. So it says we're able also to say whatever we said in the higher worlds. שיכול לכוון כולו בתפילה ועשרת הייחודים והדומה. We could do able to draw everything. But tefillah, which is through our prayers, וייחודים, which just means unifying Hashem's name. Through that, we're able to clear our mind and know the godless of the Hashem, which just means to understand how great is the Hashem is. Okay, כתיבת צורות האותיות, כל עוד ועוד מודה על עוד אור פרטי העליון. So let's say you have a Yud Ke Vav Ke, or you have Shem Havaya, you should switch Yud Ke Vav Ke, or Eke. This is each letter that we're going to see in the Sidur HaRashash. It represents the higher lights from upstairs to this world. גם תמונה זה פשוט הוא כי אין למעלה לא עוד ולא נקודה. You have to know there is no letter upstairs and there is no נקודות upstairs, valves. וזה דרך משל וציור לשכחת האוזן, which is giving you understanding what's happening. מה שתראה כינוי זכר ונקבה, what if we're going to see female, male, והזיווגים, contacts, which is interaction, נשיקים, which just means so-called kissing, והדומה, תדע כי פירוש זכר הוא המידה המושפעת. He says זכר, a male, is the one who give her. ונון זין. Right. והנקבה, המידה מקבלת את השפע. והנקבה, female, is the one who is accepting the שפע. Okay? והסוד הזיווג מיוחס על הספירות. When a zivug happens, contacts between two sfirot, which is right now, it's called with me, I'm doing zivug. This means, by me talking, אני מזדבק, I'm getting contact with you. This is called also in Lashon zivug. Also called hashpa'a, mad v'man, which just means given and taker. You are takers now, I'm a giver. That could be in anything and everywhere. והם חיבוק והדיבוק שם הקדוש בחינה הזכר שהוא המשפיע. עם שם הקדוש בחינה נקבה שהיא מקבלת. You have through the שם הקדוש, through the holy names, Avsak Ma'ben, which is, we're going to talk about, Avsak Ma'ben we spoke about, is Bamilui Yud Ke Vav Ke. Then you have Kasa Kamakana, which is Bamilui Eke, Aleph Ke Yud Ke. Oh, Avsak Ma'ben, it's which is means in a shorter version, Asmab, which is Avsak Ma'ben. They are Ba'etzem Mochin, which is means intellect. So we have Chamesh things we need to work in the Sidur HaRashash. We need to work in really 7 things. Or Ein Sof Baruch Hu, which is Hashem himself giving the light to this world. Okay? Then you have a Ola Ta'amim, which is means lights of the Ta'amim, which is you have so-called 4 things we have in the Torah. Ta'amim Nikudot, Tagin Otyot, Tanta it's called. So Ola Ta'amim, which is means much higher. Then you have Or Ein Sof Baruch Hu, Ola Ta'amim. This is number, I'm going to go from top to bottom. Then you have a Or, which is we able to see sometimes, we could feel it. Then you have a Mochin. Or is always going to be with the Nikudot. For example, AK or Yud Ke Vav Ke, you're going to have a AK, which is Aleph Ke Yud Ke, and Yud Ke Vav Ke. According to the Nikud that you're going to have, let's say on a AK and Yud Ke Vav Ke, you're going to have a Nikud Kamatz, right? Kamatz means comets, which just means hidden, which just means Keter. So when I'm going to see AK with Yud Ke Vav Ke, with the Nikud Kamatz, this is Or. All the time where is the Nikudot, which is under the AK with Yud Ke Vav Ke, this is going to be Or, which means the light. Underneath it is going to be Shem. It depends which Shem it is. AK, Yud Ke Vav Ke, Avsak Ma'ben, Kasa Kamakana, Shakai. It depends, Tzavakot. It depends what Shem is going to be. According to that, whatever the Or is, I know what is in Michayeh. I know what kind of, he breathes the life to who? To the Mochin. The Mochin all the time. Whatever the time that you're going to see all the Shemot of Hashem Yud Kevavke, Eke, Kasa. This is everything Mochin. So Mochin is always going to be Bli Nikud. And Or is going to be always with the Nikud. Za Klalim. Then we have a Tselim. After the Mochin is going to come Tselim. Tselim, which just means that something that a person already, when he goes by the sun, so-called, or by the moon, he sees his image. Then you have a Livush, like we have over here, Livushim. Then we have a Kli, is our body. That's all the time we need to work to bring the light to the Or Ein Sof Baruch Hu, Or Ta'amim, Orot, Mochin, Tselamim, Livushim, Kelim. And he comes to us.
How you bring it up?
So by you saying, let's say, for example, hypothetically speaking, I'm going to say Madbei Baracha. Madbei Baracha, which just means Baruch Ata Hashem, Borei Pri Ha'etz. So when I say Baruch, what I'm doing right now, Baruch Ata Hashem, I don't know, Baruch Yom HaKora Barachot. You, the essence of the blessings. That's what the Avodat Hashem would bring you. Any Sidurim. Baruch, where you working at? Where you standing at? Why are you saying Baruch? Where is the Baruch come from? Where is the Shefa come from? So the Shefa comes from Baruch, if from the Atzilut. Okay, you said from the Atzilut. If the Shefa comes from the Atzilut, so that means from Keter Elyon, you're going to bring it. From the Keter Elyon, you're going to bring it from the Chagat V'nai of the Keter Elyon, which just means from the lower of the Keter Elyon. This is called Tashlum Mochin Yinika. Yinika, which just means you have 3 steps in the humans. You have Ibur, which just means embryo inside the mother's stomach. He cannot speak, which is this called Mochin de Katnut. Katnut, which just means constricted, can't see it. Then you have Yinika. Yinika, somebody is in an stage of a so-called little still called Mochin de Katnut. Then you have the Gadlus, which just means Gadlut, something is higher achievements, which just means we need to all the time, to get those higher achievements, we need to accept upon ourselves 4 method bedin. Skila, stoning. You need to imagine yourself that you get stoned. Skila, sirifa, which just means somebody is burning, not burning like Tzedokim in Masechet Sanhedrin. It says that the sirifa sorfim, which just means opening the mouth and the putting inside the marrow, and that's how sirifa. Skila, sirifa, cherek v'chenek. Then somebody is taking the sword and killing him. And the chenek, which just means they're doing to whom choking. So before, when he does Melech HaOlam, Baruch Ata Hashem, Elokeinu, which just means, when he says Elokeinu, he needs to take Skila, Sirfa, Cherek, V'chenek. Then he's able to bring Mochin the Gadlus. Then he needs to bring the intellect of the Gadlut. So Tzarchim Limsor Nefesh, which just means we need to give our physical neshama with the body to that. If a person does it, ul nishar bli nefesh, bli guf. If he does it, bli nishar. So he needs to midamem et zeh, because everybody runs in this world. There's 2 zivugim, which just means 2 parts of the world runs on. Olam ran anateva, ze nigra zivug chitzon shel Abba v'Ima, which just means on the lowest level. Rashayim, tzadikim, akulam run on that. Lo tzarich limsor nefesh. You don't need to give skila, sirifa, cherek, v'chenek. Anybody runs, it's called mochin de katnut. Anybody could get it. Anybody gets it. That's the system Hashem created. Then you want something lamshich, something to bring. You say Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu skila, sirifa, cherek, v'chenek tashlum mochin yinika melech haolam borei pri ha'etz, and an apple. Then you're going to take all this birurim, like we said, Adam HaRishon made a sin, and an etz adat tovara. Because he made a sin, now not only that, we need to accept skila, sirifa, cherek, v'chenek. We need to also make a simplification, the difference between good and bad, we need to separate. So the bad, which is klipa, kol hazman yoneg mikedusha. So our job, why is that? I don't want it to be happening like this in the world. I'm a tzaddik yisod olam. Lech tidaber im ha'aba shelcha, Adam HaRishon, v'yagid lecha. Go to speak to Adam HaRishon. He will tell you why it happened. This is how the world runs, whether you like it or don't like it. So our birurim, we need to go and we need to avodah. This is called in a Kabbalah. What means Kabbalah? People thinking, oh, Kabbalah, I'm going to learn. Okay, I know the concepts. You don't know nothing. Kabbalah is accepted and working constantly. It's avodah. It's a hard job. Everybody would finish prayer, so-called, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I stand over there like a chas v'shalom, like a tembel, like a stupid, and you're there half hour. What's the difference? You want to run also, you also have, that's called job. Okay, and my teacher, for example, okay, he prays for many, many years. And I saw a lot of Mikubalim does not do what he does. Shacharit, Mincha, Aravit, he does it with the Kavanot of Arashash. And we're talking about already 30, 40 years. Okay? So one rabbi, he wanted to do Kol Birkot HaShachar al pi Rashash Sidur. Birkot HaShachar. So he started at Chatzot, because we have a Chatzot Kolel, and he finished by Alot HaShachar. Okay, Alot HaShachar, which just means he started from the Chatzot, from the midnight, until the Alot HaShachar. So maybe 4 or 5 hours, just to Birkot HaShachar. Okay, I'm not expecting people, but the whole point of learning, everything that we learn, and everything, it's supposed to be application. It's not just the information, we keep the information, it has to be application. And that's what people get a misconcept, and that's why I try not to teach people, and not because they're not taking this seriously. We need to take, if we take this, we're serious. If we're not, whatever you're doing, you're just wasting your time. I learned this serious, day and night, not drinking coffee, yeah, guys, cookies, for 10, 15 years. Okay? I could not explain to you everything that it says. You need to gam bocheh le Hashem. You need to cry to Hashem that this chokhmah is supposed to be open. People thinking, oh, I understand it, I understand concepts. זה לא עניין של concepts. Okay, let's go forward. וסוד הנשקים דבקה רוחה ברוחה. So he said סוד הנשקים, which just means something has to be spiritual. רוחה ברוחה. רוחה רוחה, which is explains literally, which just means soul to soul. דהיינו דבקות רוחניות ספירות זה עם זה. We need to connect the ספירות זה עם זה. This is our whole point in this world. וסוד העיבור ששורשה נמצא נקבה מקבלת מזכר. Ibur, which just means, like I explained before, like a lady gets pregnant and she accepts from the zachar, which is mean from the male part. We have all the time relationship ben zachar v'nakeva, which is between male and female. כי בעודם בזכר הם בדקות גדול, והוא מוסר אותם על הנקבה כדי להביא את נמצאים לבישול מציאות גולם בפועל. So Zachar, each one of us, we have everything, we have a potential and actual. Potential and actual. Potential, which just means it's going to be potential. It's inside of me. But I never released it. I never spoke and I never said anything. This is called everything potential. Nakeva is the actual. Zachar v'nakeva, like husband and wife get married. And Baruch Hashem, they do a mitzvah, they have a kid. This is whatever the kid that they have, Zachar v'nakeva. Now she becomes the actuality. She makes him actual through have the kids. If it wasn't for her, he will be zero, which is he cannot give over. And as Zachar, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made us to give over. Okay, so very important. Everything in Kabbalah has to be Zachar v'nakeva. Why Zachar v'nakeva? In order for us to produce, we must produce. I said it before in previous shiur. If we don't produce, Klipa, Hamas, Germans, Machshimam v'zichram, Kulam, the Klipa will come. And they will come not in a pleasant way. Okay, this is everything Klipa. Excuse me, Rabbi. Batzelem nivra et ha'adam, Batzelem Elokim. They're also Hashem creation. Of course they're Hashem creation. Nobody's saying. But according to the Jew, they're Klipa. Banim atem la Hashem Elokechem, 14:1, with the kids of Hashem. And we consider the fruit, they consider the Klipa. Whether you like it, whether you not don't like it. That's the system that Hashem created. Okay? So we must do every day new birurim, whether we want it. What if I don't know? What are you telling me? I'm not ready for it. What's birurim? Birurim, which is means solidification between good and bad. Okay, you take a flower, and inside the flower you have a bad. So you take a seed, and you seed it out. The good, who comes out in the bottom. Then the top leaves the bad. Same thing. Every day, every single day. Mitzvot, maasim tovim. Whether we learn Torah, every day we do birur. Birur, which just means solidification between good and bad. So what's the difference if I put a tefillin or tzitzit, or I make a baracha, or I learn a Torah? Different zmanim, different hashpa'ot, different times. For tefillin, you will bring a different intellect. For tzitzit, you bring a different intellect. For Baruch She'amar, you bring a different intellect. You have two things also. It's called Dvarim Talui Bapeh, which just means like a tefillah, which just means when we pray, it depends what we say. And it's called Akimat Sifatayim. We do it with the lips. And Dvarim Tzarchim, Guf, which just means we need to have do the actions. So you have a chitzoniyut and primiyut. Chitzoniyut, which just means inner. Chitzoniyut, which is outer. With primiyut, which just means inner. So that's why we have 4 worlds. Asiya, Yitzira, Briya, Atzilut. Or from top to bottom, Atzilut, Briya, Yitzira, Asiya. So what we do, that's why we have Olam Asiya, Ve'ifnei Ve'itol. For example, Ve'ifnei Ve'itol, which just means to go to restroom, and to take Natilat Yadayim, and do Shmona Esrei Barachot. This everything has to do with Olam Asiya. Then you have Olam HaYetzira, Talit Katan, Talit Gadol. Then Olam Briya, you have a Tefillin Shel Yad. Then Olam HaAtzilut, Tefillin Shel Rosh. So that's why before you're going to start the Korbanot, you need to have already prepared everything Chitzoniyut. Because without the Chitzoniyut, you cannot enter to the Primiyut, to the inner. You need to have the Ara. So that's why you have to do Ve'ifnei Ve'itol, Shmona Esrei Barachot, Olam HaAsiya, Talit Katan, Talit Gadol, which is Olam HaYetzira, Tefillin Shel Yad, Olam HaBriya, Tefillin Shel Rosh, Olam HaAtzilut. This is Chitzoniyut, that's it, done. Then, Zeh Chitzoniyut Nigrarim Al Yedei Primiyut. Without that Chitzoniyut, you cannot get to the Primiyut. So that Primiyut is going to drag that Chitzoniyut. That's why in a Baruch She'amar, you take 2 tzitzit, the front ones, because that's tzitzit Olam HaYetzira. So you're going to enter the Olam HaLilukot after the Baruch She'amar. Why are you taking the first 2 ones? Because it represents the Chochmah Bina. So you're going to, by you saying Baruch She'amar, you're bringing this Chitzoniyut, which means Ara, to the inner. That's why Tefillin Shel Yad, you do Baruch Atah Hashem, Yotzer Or U'Vorech Choshech. Why are you doing it? Because like now, Tefillin Shel Yad is considered Olam HaBriya. So that's why Yotzer Or is considered Olam HaBriya. Then you say Baruch Atah Hashem, Gal Israel, you touch the Tefillin of the Rosh, and that's Olam HaAtzilut. That means everything that you did right now, you include in that Chitzoniyut, you include it into the Primiyut. So that's why there's a reasoning why do it. There's a reasoning why everything happening the way they're happening, not the way we want it to happen. You understand? What if I want to do the opposite? You could do whatever you want to do. The problem is you're turning the worlds upside down. You're putting the legs on top of the head and head on top of the legs. And a person says, what time is the Baruch She'amar? Or what time is the Hodu? No. You're missing the Olam HaAsiya. Olam HaAsiya, Olam HaKlipa. You need to do the birur. That's over there the main thing that to break yourself. To have must be done. You skip the world, you're only working on a Olam HaYetzira, Briya v'Atzilut. How are you going to do where's the foundation? You understand? That's why a person when he comes in like this, like Mizdazeya, which means a person is supposed to be shake already. Because he missed it and things happen, you understand? But it happened as a habit, some people. Continue. Shema Yisrael Olam HaBriya. That's why you're in a Baruch Hu et Amunai HaMevrach. Afterwards, you're going to be automatically Olam HaBriya. Yeah, but the Shema Yisrael, it's its own topic. So over here it says, Hakdama Rabbi Chaim Vital. Zuchto Yagen Aleinu, Amen. I'm on page Nun Chet. Okay? אני כותב, אני הכותב, so it says, what it says, I will make a swear בשם הגדול, כי מי שיפולו הקונטרסים אלו לידו, שיקרא הקדמה זאת, אם יפתע נפשו לבוא בחדרי חוכמה זו, יקבלו עליו לגמור לקיים, כל מה שכתוב. Rav Chaim Vital says, whoever is doing my writings, and because Rav Chaim Vital had a student, his son, Rabbi Shmuel Vital. And he brings this, because Arizal had many students. And everybody was sitting and writing. And Arizal says black and white. Whatever you're writing, you're making mistakes. We're talking about Gedolei Olam. He says, whatever you're writing, you're making mistakes. That's what he told them. He says, I didn't come for none of you. I just came here for Rav Chaim Vital. Right. You understand it? Don't understand it. So there was a Gedolei Olam, Achronim, that was sitting and writing what the Arizal says. And many of them cried to him and they said, how come you're not opening to us? He says, because I did not come for you, because your neshama was not ready to accept whatever I'm going to say. So the question being asked, why Arizal did not write himself, why he needs to give through Rav Chaim Vital. The question is like this. The reason is why? Because Rav Chaim Vital, because Arizal, the mind, it was so deep that he's not able to accept, he needs to constrict his mind, and Rav Chaim Vital needs to write it. So both of them became Gilgul. Ari HaKadosh became Gilgul of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and Rav Chaim Vital became Gilgul of the Rabbi Elazar ben Rabbi Shimon. Okay, but his son. But in a Shara Gilgulim in Agdama 38, Rav Chaim Vital also was Mashiach. And he included in him about 100 Tanaim, Rishonim, Amoraim. Rav Chaim Vital included in him Nishamot of the Malachim, of the kings, of the Nevi'im included in him. So we're not thinking just, he was just a local, somebody that you guys know. Okay, and he says why the reason I came and specifically teaching him this, and it should be spread to the world. Okay, so he says, קיבלו עליו כל מה שכתוב והידיד עליו יוצר בראשית שלא יבוא עליו הזק בגופו ונשוב בכל השלו ולא לאחרים תחר רודפו טוב. He says everything that I say over here, everything is going to be good. ואבא לטהל לקרב ראשית הכל יראת השם. He says a person wants to come in and he wants to be close to Hashem, and he wants to, Hashem, he says יראת השם להשיג יראת עונש, יראת השם, which just means to accept fear of to accept punishment. כי יראת רוממות שהוא יראת פנימי לא ישגרוהו מתוך ידיעה גדלותו חוכמה. He says יראת השם has to be from pnimius, from inside. והעיקר מגמתו בידידת חוכמה זה יהיה לבאר קוצים מהכרם. Why is the reason we're learning? He says thorns. Our job to take these thorns and we need to cut them off. The thorns over here is the analogy of the klipa, negativity. Okay? לכן נקראים העוסקים בחוכמה זה מחצדי הקלה, בוודאי שהתערלות קליפה נגדו לפחות לחטאו. Oh, you know what is he saying? When a person starts learning this chokhmah, the sin will come towards him. So you better run away, all of you. He says the sin is going to run after him because he does not want him to learn.
I heard, what's his name? He said that the bad angel come to me, they scare you. So
also, it depends. I don't know if you want to be afraid and scared, you read Yeshev Beseter Leon, Vinuam, Vishil Lamalod. There's Baduk Menuseh. Nothing going to happen. We're not talking about over here scaredness. We're talking about over here they're making him a sin. That's why a person has to be careful in his deeds, even in shogeg, which just means unintentionally. You don't even have close to it to even do sin that is called unintentionally. Which is machloket. A person has to be careful. Arguments. כי הקדוש ברוך הוא מדקדק עם צדיקים כחוט השערה. He's calling you צדיקים. And he's very careful. לכן צריך לפרוש השמו בבשר וים כל ימי השבוע. So all of you ready? Give up your wine and give up your meat. Okay? You bring it to me, I will have it for you. והנה תראה בדורות ראשונים שהיו מתמעטים בכוחות בכל דור, כאילו בדבר זה רבי נחמן כגון אני לוין ואוכלין. כל צריך לומר ודאי שמרן מרחו לא דיבר על מי שאי אפשר לקיים מחמת חלישותו. So what if a person is weak and is not be without wine in it? Then he's allowed. Rav Chaim Vital did not talk, especially the generation, our generation getting. והיא סלקת התח בשביל זה שאי אפשר מבשר ויין כל ימיו, יהיה חס ושלום ניעור ורג מן החוכמה שאסור ללמוד חוכמה קדושה מידע פירושות מבשר. He says, what? Just because you now telling me I cannot drink wine and I cannot do without meat, so I should not learn this chokhmah, he says. That's what the Yetzer Hara says. It's not for me. You understand? לכן על כורכך הכוונה הקדושה היא על מי שאפשר לו, שהוא, אוקיי? משפחת בריאים, גם מי שאפשר לו מחמת חלושתו. אל יהיה בזלזול בשר, סביר להתענוג גופו. רק בכוונה, so he says, even give over here musar, the person should not think, oh, okay, if I'm allowed to eat meat and drink wine, says to keep our body healthy. That's the whole kavanah we should have. Okay? וצריך להיזהר סור מרע ועשה טוב, בקש שלום. We have to be careful, run from bad, do good, and run for shalom. בקש שלום צריך להיות רודף שלום. What means בקש שלום? רודף שלום, which means if you open, there's a סיפורים על האריזל, go open it and see what he did through his lifespan, how he speak, how he did not, how good, בין אדם לחברו. Everything has to do how you're going to react and act towards your fellow Jew. It's very important. Midot. A person has a midot, he has a kli vessel, which means to להחזיק את הכלי אור. If the midot, we could be religious, right? There's a question being asked. Right now we see through the war, so many not religious people, they turn tshuva. Charedim. Micheloni lecharedi. Right? They saw so many miracles. Ma'im Charedi. What about the Charedi? No, the Charedi nishar Charedi. Why? Because his thinking is never wrong. There's no fixing. Okay? We also need to, if we don't improve, it's the same thing. And it happens. We must improve. Toda raba al הקשבה. Thank you for listening. בעזרת השם, השם give us ברכה, הצלחה, בריאות, הרבה דסייעתא דשמיא, ויקיים מה שכתוב פה לעשות, וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן.